All right, we're just going to pull away briefly from KHOU's coverage. We want to bring in a Santa Fe High School student, Damon Rabon. He's joining me on the phone. Damon, you were at school this morning. I'm happy to see that you are safe and able to talk to us. What happened this morning? What did you witness?
Well, at first we were in our classroom as a first period class. Bell just rang, and we were in our classroom for probably about 20 minutes. And we heard just this loud banging kind of ringing noise, and we thought like the desk fell or someone hit the shop door or something. So like we were like all kind of curious, and we heard it like 3 or 4 more times, just loud, just banging, real loud noise. We were, as I say, the shooting happened in the art hall in the art room, and we were one door down in the ag room, and the substitute teacher went out, and I followed him, and then he looked and he saw the shooter. He was a black trench coat, short kind of guy, had a sawed-off shotgun, and he was in the art hall, and he walked out of the art room, and there's a backpack sitting on the left of his door, and we were to his right, and he turned to his left, grabbed his backpack, and walked right back into the room. Like, if he had turned to the right, I'm not sure if I'd be speaking to y'all today. And as soon as that happened, he got everyone back in the class and started yelling at everyone, get down, get down. And we were trying to call authorities because we were the first one, but we were right there. There's only like 3 classes on that whole hall, so no one else could really hear it. So the first thing, we were like, we can't call no one. Like, we had no service. We were in the ag shop. So we pulled the fire alarm, or he pulled the fire alarm to get everyone out of the school because, like, the art hallway is almost like it's a good 200 yards from, like, the actual main building of the school, and everyone got out. Everyone from the other side got out of the school and noticed like what was going on, and they all ran. And that's basically how the whole thing went down in the shooting, and we were very scared.
I can only imagine. So the substitute teacher pulled that fire alarm?
Yes, ma'am.
And so he pulls the fire alarm. People are running on the other end of the school, but you're still on the end of the school where the shooter is. What are you guys doing?
Well, at first there was a good about 30 seconds to 3 minutes of just straight chaos. Everyone crying like we're going to die. And he was going off in the fire alarm. Me and a couple other students were yelling at everyone else like, get in the corner. We've done this before. Grab the desk, barricade the door. We were doing all that, like what we were been taught to do, and turned off the lights. And the substitute got back in there and was able to calm everyone down. It was just so scary because you could hear him like walking. He walked right past our classroom, and you could just hear the shots, just boom, boom, boom. Thank goodness he did not come in our classroom.
Oh my. Damon, I mean, hearing you describe this, it almost sounds like it's surreal to me hearing you describe it in such detail. It seems like it could be something out of a movie. I mean, could you believe what you were living through when it was happening?
Oh, no, ma'am. Not a single person in the room. Like, we hear about shootings all across the United States, about the school shootings and all this violence that's going on with the gun violence. And, every student, they're like, oh, there's no way it's going to happen here. There's so many other schools. There's no way. We got the school cops. We got all this and the cameras. There's no way. And we were just all in complete, total, utter disbelief, shock. Like, you can just imagine. Like, it was just absolutely insane.
You mentioned during all of that, you were saying to the students and other people were saying, listen, we know what to do. We've been through this training. Have you had active shooter training at your school before?
Yes, ma'am. We have had it, I think, twice this year, and then we had like a mock active shooting training to where like they actually practiced busting the students out and everything. So like we knew almost exactly what to do whenever it happened. So
that training made a difference for you?
Oh, yes, ma'am, completely. If not, then we probably still, there's no telling if we would be here today, honestly.
Right.
I'm just thanking God.
Yeah, indeed. What's security like at the school? Are there cameras when school starts? Are the doors typically locked?
Yes, ma'am. The doors normally locked, but from my understanding was that the kid was actually a student at the school, and like I said, he had a backpack. So, I mean, he could have just walked into school, with his backpack on and went about his day because it happened in first period. Like, he didn't, like, sneak into school or bust into the school. Like, I'm pretty sure he just walked into school like a normal student, and no one would think any different. You know what I mean? And but we do have, I think, 3 on duty SFISD cops, and pretty sure whenever that happened, we could hear, after the shotgun shots, we could hear rapid fire shots, which is normally police officers fire in bursts. So we were thinking that the cops were there probably about, I mean, it wasn't long after it happened, and we could hear rapid fire shots, and we knew that it was going to be okay normally.
So you mentioned that you have 3 officers on the campus. Are they armed?
Yes, ma'am. They all are armed on the campus.
Okay, because we know at least one officer was wounded. We don't know if that, officer was one of the first ones on the scene or what that is. But how are you feeling right now?
Right now, I'm just thankful, and I've been praying a lot for all the other students, especially the ones that were unfortunate enough to get shot, and especially for the ones that are safe. I'm just glad that, it was. I'm glad I'm here, honestly. I really don't know what to say, man.
Damon, when as the information has been coming forward, almost right away this started to remind me a lot of Parkland. When we heard former student, when we heard, the thing about the fire alarm, even though it was pulled for different reasons. I'm wondering how your school dealt with the Parkland shooting. Was it something that was discussed at your school? Were you one of the schools that walked out to protest gun violence?
Yes, ma'am. They all walked out, and we had a gun violence school shooting type meet in front of our flagpole, in front of the school, which definitely something has to be done, because this is just absolutely insane. Like, now everyone going back to school, they're going to be sitting there like, are we going to get shot just for being at school, trying to learn, trying to get a state of Texas education?
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy. It really is.
As I understand it, there's 2 more weeks left for school. How do you feel about the prospects of going back into that building?
Well, I feel like that we will be under intense watch, and I will probably feel completely safe going back to school. But I know other students will definitely not feel the same, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah. Have you heard anything about who the shooter might be? I don't want you to sort of say any names, if it's just rumors and stuff like that. But I know you said you looked out, you saw that it was sort of a short guy. He looked like he was wearing an overcoat, a trench coat.
Yes, ma'am.
Have students been talking amongst each other about who it might be?
Ma'am.
Okay.
No names.
And don't give me a name because we don't know.
It's a former student, and I'm pretty sure he's either a sophomore or a junior. That's what I've been told.
Okay. And is it, when you heard the name that's being bounced around, was it something that came as a surprise to you, or someone that was, you're not surprised?
I mean, he's pretty quiet, kept himself, weird type of guy, in all honesty. I mean, on his Facebook page, he has, like, the Illuminati in the background and stuff like that. Like, he would definitely come out of, and supposedly he wears a trench coat to school every day. So
he's a kid that would have stood out. I imagine in Texas, trench coats aren't typically worn.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Damon Rabon, I really appreciate you talking to me. I know that, this is a tough time for you to have the composure to tell us all the details and to talk to us. It's just really incredible. I wish you luck heading back to school. I can't imagine how tough this is going to be, and I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Damon.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.